Morning guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. We are actually in the middle of filming a video and I've just received a call from the Copart driver and he is on his way with the micro camper conversion Renault Kangoo that we bought. So I thought I better start the video now because as soon as he arrives I want to try and time lapse it being unloaded and then we'll go and do a nice walk around it and let you know where we're going with it and what the plans are. I'm really excited about this project and it's going to be taking over the Sunday videos of the Morris because obviously that is going to be wrapped up fairly soon and we want to try and bring in another project, and this is the project that we're going to be using for those Sunday videos. So I'm not going to go on too much. Let's go out there, get the camera set up and get the van unloaded. It has arrived. Did we buy a lemon or did we buy a peach? I thought I'd bring it in the yard. We're out of the wind here. It is really windy today and it's going to still be a little bit windy even in here, but nowhere near as bad as outside. So first impressions so far so good. As you can hear, it is running and you would have seen the chap actually drove it off the back of the truck. So it all starts and drives under its own power. And to be completely honest, it starts and drives lovely. Because I've just been driving it up and down the yard. And it really does drive good. As you can see, the temperature gauge is up to halfway. I'm just waiting for that fan to cut in. And then we know that that is good. And the fan's working how it should. And the engine temperature, etc. But all in all, I've got to say, we're quite happy with the purchase. Now we're back round here, I will start with some of the bits that are quite bad, that are obviously going to have to be rectified. These tinted windows. We are going to be doing them in limo black. Otherwise, you've got to put curtains in there or blinds of some description. If you do them in limo black, you can only see through them from the inside. So that'll be absolutely fine and it won't need any blinds or anything like that. Moving around here, we see these little scuffs in the pictures, so again, really not worried about that. That is a tiny little bit of paintwork that can be done any time. Along this silhouette, the bottoms of the doors here, there is some light scratches, but all well polishable and it will come out. I did notice this down at Copart in the pictures. The mirror cover is cracked, so it's going to want a new cover on it. We've got a little tiny scuff down here, but that shows me, just through experience of buying and selling cars for the last 20 odd years, the car's never had any paintwork. You can see it's completely original and there's no telltale signs of any paintwork, and it is still in that condition. So that tells me that mileage is about bang on as well. Round to the driver's side. Again, we've got a little chip on the bumper there, but no major damage. There is a dent in the door here, which I think we'll probably try and push that out from the inside and get that about right. And this mirror is broken. But guys, this is quite an old van, 2005. There's plenty of them in the breaker's yard and the bits are dirt cheap for them. So moving on to the inside, we'll start round the back again. Both back doors open. We've got quite a nice large space in there, I think, and this is ideal for that micro camper. I am just going to flick the camera up because this had something on it we was not expecting, and Chris said that is absolutely amazing. Look what we've got up here. 4 already built-in storage boxes. Absolutely brilliant. Chris said he hasn't got to make them out of wood now. They're lightweight, they're plastic, and they all stay locked on their own. So he's well chuffed about that. You've got that storage up the top there as well. We'll move up there in a minute. There's some bits up there. Obviously the tripod is ours, as is the weight. We found this huge lifting hoist and the eye there. So that's a little something extra that we got with it. Both back doors completely open right out. You just pull the little catches down there and they pull right out. We are trying something a little bit different today as well. I am recording in 4K, so let me know if you think it's any better or if it's the same. I'd really appreciate it. So the back seats, we just folded them down just to see how much room there was in there. Passenger side, it is quite mucky, I'm not going to lie. The seats are pretty filthy. Now I think we're probably going to put 2 new later front seats in it. They will be ideal. The other thing we never noticed in the pictures is the rear windows pop open. So now Chris hasn't got to change any of the glass. We only planned on ever changing one of them anyway, so that it opened just for ventilation at night, and they already open. So again, along with those boxes, that's another massive plus we're really happy about. Move round to the driver's side. So the driver's side, radio, we checked it, it does work, and it's got aircon. We didn't know about in the first video, in the pictures, so we're quite happy about that. For the last 2 cars we've done, I know it's irrelevant to some people, but a lot of people do always ask, do you find money in the cars? I found 15p in the scrap Fiesta, and I found 15p in that scrap Fiat 500. And I've just found 12p up here and a bit of change down here. So moving up here, I did just look. Fort West football goalkeepers gloves possibly up there, and don't know the story with that and why that's up there, but there is a aftermarket cheap Rip Speed CD player in there. Automatic, like I said before, and this is the bit I didn't see in the pictures. So you got accelerator, brake, and also that's brake and that is accelerator. And we know, guys, Chris will make use of that mechanism and that arm. He will remove that and he will use that for something, possibly even on this build. So what do you think? I think it was an absolute bargain. I think the mileage, 58,000, is absolutely bang on. And I've drove this car and there ain't nothing wrong with it. The little brake light, stop light, did flash up a couple of times when I was driving. And I said to Chris, it'll be low on fluid because the pads will be low. And sure enough, we looked in there and it is low on fluid. I haven't yet checked the brake pads, but I'm sure that they will be low. A lot of people think when their brake fluid light comes on, the brake light, it needs topping up. And guys, that is not the answer. You should never have to top it up unless it's leaking. If it's leaking, your brakes are not going to work. So when your brake light does come on, that normally means that your brake pads are very, very low. That's for you that don't have brake pad warning sensors. I've also opened the bonnet up and I've noticed that this has been looked after. Someone hasn't run this car and used second-hand parts. If you look down there, it's recently had a brand new alternator. And I know engines do sound a little bit rattly on video, but that is so quiet, hopefully you can hear how quiet that is. The water, as you can see, very, very pink. So it's got all the proper antifreeze in it. It hasn't just had normal water thrown in it. So I think that this little car has been really, really looked after. I'll stop waffling on. Chris is in there busy doing something else, and I thought I'd make a start on this because we are going to really crack on with it tomorrow, all part of this same video. And I'm going to whip them back seats out and get them out of the way so that as soon as we start attacking it tomorrow, we can come straight out with a tape measure and start taking measurements. So that literally just took 10 minutes to get all that out. Before we go and throw that away, or get rid of it, would anybody like that? If they would, chuck it in the comment section. I'm sure it will fit in most little vans, and if you want to build a crew cab or something, it just saves throwing it away. There's also 2 rear seat belts there that I just whipped out that can go with it. So really, really straightforward. I've still got to remove these before we can start doing all the measurements, but that is pretty much it, and it was really, really quick to do. I'll tell you what we will do just quickly while we're on camera. Chris, have you got a minute?
Yeah.
Would you do me a favour, mate? I've stripped out the back seats and the seat belts.
Yeah.
You wouldn't test that for us, would you?
It's going to have to be.
It's
gonna have to fit.
If you don't fit, mate, it's not really going to be any good for you. So,
yeah, it's fine.
yeah? Well, there you go, guys. One micro camper in the making. I'm going to continue getting these little bits out, and then we'll start taking measurements. So I did crack on there and remove that cupboard off this side. Chris said it was a bit too low, and he did only need on one side. And I went ahead and removed this as well, took this cover off so that we can cut the bracket off. But I did just have a quick chat with Chris, and I said, what do you think? Unfortunately, he's really busy on another project, so he did just come out, and he said what he's thinking is like a bed all the way down here. Basically, there's going to be a little part down there somewhere that folds up so that the seat can be reclined backwards and forwards. And then over this side, he's going to be putting in a little unit with like a little sink and a hob, with like a 1 gallon wastewater, 1 gallon fresh water. And then round here, obviously it's all going to be built underneath the cupboards, but we'll probably have like a 12 volt leisure battery here with an inverter and a hookup as well if you go onto a campsite, like 240 hookup. So that's how we're getting on with it so far, and that is the plan of it. So in the next video, we are actually going to mock it. It was actually going to be one video over 2 days, but I got carried away, started chatting. Before I knew it, it was a really long video, and I got involved and started ripping it all apart. So looking forward to the next part now, where we will be mocking it all up. So because it has run on a little bit and I'm quite excited, I want to get it out there because I really want to know your thoughts on what we're doing. There was so many people was positive when we done that bidding video and we actually won it. I'm quite excited to see people's ideas. If you've got any ideas, drop them in the comment section. I always read all the comments. I do say I don't get to read them all because we have in excess of 1,000 now on most videos. But I do read all of your comments, and we've used a lot of your comments in previous videos. So if you've got any ideas for it, we will listen to them, and there is a good chance, if we like them, that we will use them. So that is going to be the end of today's video. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, Salvage Rebuilds, for the little sneak peeks throughout the day on all of the builds and what's going on. It gives you an idea of what's to come. If you enjoy our videos, please do give us a thumbs up. We sure do appreciate it, and it shows your appreciation. Check out the merchandise, the link is in the description. As usual, like, subscribe and share. Thank you all again for watching, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.